What's up, guys? Eric Andres, your guitar sage here. Friends, today I woke up feeling a little psychedelic, a little, dark and twisty. You know what I'm talking about. And that can only mean one thing. I have to show you some riffs from the Doors. Now, we're gonna look at some great songs from this legendary rock group today and break down the main riffs so you can feel like you're back in the 1960s in LA, if you remember those times. I even got out the Gibson SG as an ode to Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Robbie Krieger. And if you've been watching my riff videos lately, then you already know that I've got the tabs for you. I look out for you. I'm your sage. Wait until the end of each song section, pause your video, and screenshot the tab. All right, let's get into it. Top riffs from the Doors. Roadhouse Blues. Let's take a look at this classic lick. Now, there is the use of an open E string here that we're muting in time using a shuffle, and then we have this little bit, this 5, 6, 7 part that happens on strings 6 and 5. But let's start with this. Okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit that open E, and then you're gonna mute the strings. And I like to do it in time like this. So it's like bum, 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 bum. It's something you want to be conscious of. It's going to make this sound a lot cleaner once you get the hang of it. Start off nice and slow. Then you're going to pick the 5th fret and hammer 6 and 7. And then the same thing on the 5th string. Here's the tab. Break on through. Let's take a look at this. Now, again, we've got this low E string, and we're pedaling off of that. So we have... Robbie does that a lot. So the pedal in this case here is this B. So after the slide down, I'm going back and forth between 7 and 5 on the 5th string, and then our pedal is the 7 on the low string, the E string. With a little bit of fuzz and this tab, you're going to be on your way. People Are Strange. Boy, this is a classic guitar riff, right? Let's take a look at this, based off of E minor. And so, more than anything, you've got the tabs here that are going to follow, but more than anything, what I want to show you about this riff is the way to think about it, because this is a classic riff that I've kind of toyed with when I was a kid, just recently learned it, and had a little difficulty learning it. It was surprisingly a little bit more challenging than I'm used to. So I'm going to save you the trouble, okay? So first off, we're going to break this up into a few different pieces here. So we first have this. Okay. That's going to be the easiest part of it. Then you have, which is just an arpeggio. Now, you have your hand in the E minor position already. So keep that finger there and walk it down, walk the other melody down. Okay. Now, after the walk, you're gonna move your hand down, or your fingers down. Get it? Okay, so you're doing a lot of that going back and forth. So nice and slow here, because at the end we have another little bit that's a little bit difficult. So that last part is the other part that's a little bit tricky. So after we do this back and forth, you're also going to be coming down to strings 6 and 5 and doing the same thing. Okay, so nice and slow. So that's the part that's it's gonna catch you off guard a little bit. Then from here, hitting that third string, and then you're grabbing what seems like an E major chord, but you're down another string. All right, and that is the riff. Take your time with this one. Here is the tab. Let's take a look at Love Her Madly. This intro that's based off of an A minor chord is chock full of technique, all right? So even though it's a sparse riff, we are going to be learning something here, okay? So first off, if you don't know your basic A minor chord, it's gonna look like this right here. We're gonna bring our thumb over the top of the neck to mute that low E string, because you're gonna be strumming all the strings, and if you're trying to concentrate on strumming strings 1 through 5, you're not gonna get the great vibe that we're going for here, okay? You're gonna be too worried it's gonna sound like it. So you really wanna be able to, really be able to hit all the strings. That's why we're bringing our thumb over the top of the neck to mute that 6th string, okay? If you're a beginner, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for you because you want that thumb on the back of the neck. Once you get used to it though, it's very helpful, okay? All right, so we got our regular A minor chord here. Now, you notice that I lifted my hands up, right? My fingers up here. All right, so at that last beat, so as far as the fretting hand goes, you know, you've got your chord and then you're just lifting your fingers up. What you don't want to do is go so far away from the guitar that when you put your fingers back down, you're searching for the chord. It should just be lifting up just above the strings, okay? The other technique that we're learning here is a good strum and mute. So for that first part, you're gonna strum down and up, but then you're gonna come back down and karate chop the strings in between each strum. So kind of like a reggae strum. So you're strumming up, you're taking this part of your palm and you're cutting the sound off from the strings. Then combined, here's the tab. Love Me Two Times, another riff based off of E minor in this case, but we're doing this fun little trill, which is very bluesy because we have a minor and a major third in there based off of the low E. Just creates a really cool vibe. And so this whole riff is based off of an E major or an E minor, however you want to look at it, because we're doing a little trill here. And so to start off, you're going to be going back and forth between strings 5 and 4. So the first 3 notes, or the first 4 notes, second finger stays down. Then for the second part of the riff, so you're going to play open A, or open 5th string, open 4th string, and then that 2nd fret. And then a low E. So. You hit that twice. And then for this part, first finger, 1st fret, 3rd string, you're going to pick the open note. That takes a little getting used to it. So nice and slow. So the way you want to get used to this is just nice and slow. That sort of thing. It's going to take you time. If you haven't done this before, it's going to take you time, but you can do it, especially with this tab. Friends, students, rock stars, hope this opened up some doors for you to play in a different style, break out of your comfort zone, or put something new on your playlist. If you love this video, smash that like button, and if it wasn't your favorite, just kind of keep that to yourself, yeah? Okay, right. But seriously, let me know in the comments about any other bands whose songs you'd like me to teach. As always, be kind to all beings, do the right thing always, practice your guitar, and I'll see you in the next video. You ready? Watching my riff videos. What the hell is going on?
I'll think of a plan B for that guy.
Friends, that can only mean one thing. I forgot what it means. I did it, yay!